We're going to try not to spend too much time on it because you guys have surely spent, you guys probably know everything that there is to know about this. And Denims is going to be doing a whole live stream about this, I believe, tomorrow. So here was the original tweet that Denims released. She said, Ethan Klein, retract or you may want to replace your lawyer who can't do shit. That is in reference to when Ethan, there was a clip of Ethan being like, my lawyer can't do shit against Reddit. We're unable to sue Reddit, etc. So that is what she's referring to. Despite publicly acknowledging that I have never endorsed and even denounced calling CPS on Ethan, he has continued to spread this malicious lie. She links to a website called ethankleinlied.com. We should hold influential creators like this to the same standard we hold anyone else to. I am going to do my part. If Ethan Klein doesn't retract his lies about me, I will look into legal avenues to convince him that he should have. And she links to a GoFundMe. So, or it is a GoFundMe, yeah. So here is the GoFundMe. She was asking for $150,000 and she has so far raised $46,952. So almost $47K, 31% of her goal. Let us just take a second to look at this. So she says, Ethan Klein lied about me supporting CPS, coming to his home. If he doesn't retract, this GoFundMe is for legal fees to hold him responsible for his lies. So basically, Denims was giving Ethan Klein, like I think 10 days, I don't know what the limitation is, to retract his statements, to make like an apology, to clarify that Denims was not responsible for the CPS call, etc. And if he doesn't do that, she will sue him for defamation. So she would be using this $150,000 to sue Ethan Klein for defamation. Scrolling a little bit down there, so you see a bunch of people, Shredder Klein. So this is kind of tasteless in my opinion. The person who is basically, they are donating in the name of Ethan's deceased puppy, Little Shredder. We have Comrade Casey. Damn, Comrade Casey. Donated 50. Anyways, don't need to see all of that. AB and Lena's dog gave $25. Thank you, Rocky. That's very
crazy.
That's very sweet. But anyways, I'm going to give you guys my opinion on what I think about the lawsuit and everything in a second. But here is Ethan. So here's the letter. We're not going to read the whole thing, but let's just take a quick look at the greatest hits, basically the main part of this letter. Demand for public retraction of false publication. Dear Mr. Klein, our law firm is legal counsel to social media commentator and content creator Denims. It has come to our attention that in response to an apparent Child Protective Services visit to your home in or around March 2025, you published numerous false statements on your YouTube channels, H3 Podcast and H3 Productions, which reach millions of viewers and listeners, stating that either Denims herself filed the preceding CPS report about you, resulting in the improvident CPS visit to your home, or that Denims caused others to do so. Among other things, you stated on March 7th, he said that Denims is participating in the CPS lie. He also said that Denims endorses this. Clearly, as you can see, she's not moderating this at all. And it's pretty much 100% of the comments saying call CPS on them. Their kids should be taken away. Here's another example. You repeatedly insinuated that Denims was responsible for the CPS call, labeling her the real villain of the video. You also stated that she has been such a nasty, pathetic lying, just like such a horrible, disgusting person because you believed she was behind the CPS call. There's a couple of other pages to this letter. We're not going to read the whole thing. I'm just trying to give you guys the important context. April 18th, making reference to Denims. You said, terrorist sympathizers who support CPS coming and taking my children away. She's directly responsible for CPS coming to my home. She is directly linked to the CPS coming to my house, doing what she did, being like, oh, let's call CPS. He's an abuser. He neglects his children. Like, we need to call CPS, etc., etc. Girl who accused me of leaving shit on the floor and that CPS should be called. She did CPS. Remember that? Talking about your friends propagating CPS to my house to take my kids away. April 21, he said, again, in reference to Denims, you said, you don't lie about people's kids and have CPS go to their house. These are just examples. As you know, there is no factual basis on which to accuse my client of being responsible directly or indirectly for the alleged CPS call to your home. Further, you knew your statements were false when you made them, rendering your defamation of my client malicious. On March 7th, you appear to have publicly acknowledged CPS indicated to you that someone who works at your home, not Denims, called CPS as it relates to the events at issue. On March 11th, you acknowledged Denims had denounced herself the CPS call. Even in his debate, this is me talking right now, even in his debate with Hassan, he was like, yeah, no, I don't think that Snark called CPS, etc. So he made it kind of clear that he doesn't actually believe that it is Denims. So it says here, Your defamatory statements in reference to and about Denims constitutes libel per se, a libel which is defamatory of the plaintiff without the necessity of explanatory matter, such as an inducement, innuendo, or other extrinsic fact is said to be a libel on its face. Okay, this is all a bunch of legal speak. In particular, Penal Code 11172A makes it a crime to make a false or unsupported report to CPS. Here, the statements that Denims is responsible for and participated in the filing of a false CPS call, which you featured during recent episodes in April, directly states and otherwise insinuates that Denims is guilty. Are you bored?
No, I just looked at you.
Of violating Penal Code whatever. Okay, blah blah. Notably, your false inflammatory accusations against Denims have resulted in gravely concerning and threatening communications from the public, including presumably loyal members of your audience, being directed towards my client. These communications have caused severe and sustained emotional distress to my client. Denims has been directly harmed in other ways. So they're saying that basically she's getting a lot of harassment because of Ethan, and I do not doubt that, including. So she's not doing well, including substantial reputational damages and potentially financial harm to her business platform. For these reasons, we request that you immediately retract your false statements about Denims by publishing a correction stating that you are not aware of any evidence that Denims was responsible for or otherwise participated in CPS, blah, 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 within the next 10 days. And if you don't, should your legal representatives want to discuss this further, we will talk further, blah, blah, blah. Essentially, Denims was giving Ethan 10 days to retract or, clarify or apologize for what he said. And then she would not follow additional more of a legal recourse. Now, here's Ethan Klein's reaction to the lawsuit, and then I'll give you guys my reaction.
Opinion holder responsible.
Excuse me.
I'll tell you, and then I'll move right on. Everybody is probably expecting me to talk about this Denims. Denims announces she's suing me for defamation, for saying that I think that I hold her personally. I personally, in my opinion, hold her responsible for the CPS thing, which is obvious based on the call. So she thought it would be wise to sue me.
So he's doubling down. He's saying, which is obvious, and I do hold her responsible, etc. He's not retracting. You know what I mean? He has no interest in retracting.
The victim of her fucking insane incompetence. Stupid fucking dumbass. She's the dumb.
So again, he's calling himself the victim of her incompetence. So he's making himself a victim of, like, okay, sure, it's fair. It could be fair to say that Ethan and Hila were victims of the CPS call. In that case, no one should have called CPS. Even though, I mean, I'm sorry, Ethan was on camera on a live stream, telling his 30,000 live viewers that his kids have Giardia. He didn't say they might. He said, my kids have Giardia, my wife has Giardia, and I have Giardia because of their dog Olive. So he already overshared. He shouldn't have said any of that, and it wouldn't be shocking for someone to hear that and be like, maybe we should call CPS, or if it is his housekeeper, or as the CPS person said, it's someone that knows you and that's worked with you in the past. But you could say that they're victims because it's unfair. They're probably good parents, you know what I mean? But for him to turn it around and being like, he's Denim's victim, I'm a victim of Denim's incompetence. No, bro, you're a victim of you oversharing on the internet and some fucking, if it's not someone that you know, if it's not your family doctor, if it's not your housekeeper that is suing you, and if it is some random internet troll, it's because you talked about your babies having Giardia from your dog. It's not Denim's fault. Anyways, let's continue this.
It's personal life. I actually genuinely think, well, I don't know. iDubbbz gives her a run for her money. I mean, I want to destroy her. I'm going to ruin her life, probably. And the good thing about that is,
I'm going to ruin her life, probably. You know what I mean? He's already eager. He's already excited to ruin someone's life over a lawsuit.
Just remember who shot the first shot. She's suing the victim of her crime. So, like, when I say I'm going to ruin her life, obviously I just want to put her in financial ruin.
Oh, that's it. Just a bit of financial ruin. And again, he doubles down. He says that I'm a victim of her crime. So he's making it very clear. He's doubling down that I think she is directly responsible for the CPS call. So Ethan had no intention of retracting or apologizing or anything of the sort. Here's another reaction.
Dig into this Denims thing. It's so hard not to talk.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to dig into this Denims thing. It's so hard not to talk about it. Denims. Don't sue me, Denims. Please. Please don't take the first legal action. What's that have to do with
Sorry,
anything?
that's funny.
For clips.
Denims is a giant turd eating
Look, when the crew
That's so stupid.
when the crew wants to be funny, when the vibes aren't off, they can be funny with the little disclaimers and all. But the problem with the show is that it's gotten so bitter, it's gotten so dark. Ethan is so angry all the time. It's just become a fucking harassment show. That these genuinely funny moments are so few and far between. Like, yeah, it's funny when they pull out the Ethan has Tourette's disclaimer. That used to be funny.
monster who is life, financially speaking, I'm going to probably not ruin, but I do want to put her in some. I do want to. I would like to put her into some financial.
Declaring bankruptcy?
Ethan, just why don't you just chill?
No, what's the proper verbiage on this? Difficult day. How about no? See that sounds too bad. I'm gonna put her into a pickle.
It doesn't sound serious enough. Pickle sounds like something like a funny.
Pickle is how he describes what's happening between Palestine and Israel. There's a dispute. Isn't there a kind of a pickle? Isn't there a pickle over in Gaza? It's kind of how I see it.
Want to put her into a bit of a bind.
A financial
We'll work on it.
bind.
I'm kidding, by the way.
Yeah, very very funny. But yesterday, we're gonna take a second to read your super chats.
We have a lot.
I can see him coming in hot. But yesterday, I believe that was yesterday, right? When did she tweet this out? May 14th. So yeah, yesterday, Denims actually tweeted out that she is not going to move forward with the lawsuit. And let me read out her tweet. And then we'll read some super chats, and then I'll give you guys my take on the whole situation. So 1 week, 1,692 donations, and $46K later, I am refunding the GoFundMe. If, when I go forward as a plaintiff, I will be self-funded. Thank you, everyone, for proving Ethan wrong. His behavior is unacceptable, and people do care. Proceeding with a defamation suit against Ethan is a monumental undertaking. His suit with Kavanaugh started almost 4 years ago and is still ongoing. I don't want to fundraise to start a fight that I can't finish and feel like I've let down those who have donated. With that in mind, if this is a journey I wish to undertake, I'll be doing it with my own funds. I'll be keeping all of you posted if anything happens while the statute of limitation runs for the next year, and I'll be elaborating on stream Friday. So she'll be doing that tomorrow. I appreciate all of you for your support. It means more than you know. So Denims is officially going to be refunding. She's going to be refunding the GoFundMe, and she's not moving forward with the legal action. There's one more video that I want us to watch before I give you guys my thoughts and opinion on the lawsuit, which might surprise you. But there's this nice video of Ethan and Ela talking about their lawsuit from a few years ago when they had to raise $150,000 to fight, I believe, the lawsuit that was from Matt Haas. And here's what they had to say about it. And it's kind of sad to see where Ethan and Ela are now comparing to where they used to be in the past on these same issues. Let's hope this works.
Unbelievable. It's criminal. The American justice.
The hat.
Come on, hate. Come on, Twitter video. Don't let me down.
Unbelievable. It's criminal. The American justice system is it's how can you defend yourself? Like, you guys gave us $150,000 to fight this lawsuit. It's not enough. It's not even enough. And I'm just wondering, if we didn't have the backing support of all you guys and the mains too.
Fucking Twitter video.
Can I read super chats?
Sure. Read some super chats in the meantime.
There's really a lot.
Sure.
Yeah, they're loading. Do you think it was lagging because of your internet?
I'm on 4G, so I'm always on 4G. We never stream on Wi-Fi because Wi-Fi is super shitty.
Kayla says another hello from Spokane.
Hello from Spokane is in Canada, right?
I'm not
I
sure.
think Spokane is in Canada.
Robbie
Hello.
1985 sends Palestinian flags.
But we have 1,200 people watching right now.
CH says, how does the crew feel getting random hate posts? Do you ever get desensitized? Just wanted to say we love you and do not worry. Also, where is Karine? She couldn't make it. She
Karine
was busy.
couldn't make it today.
I would say at first I used to get quite anxious and stressed. Anthony would have to calm me down whenever we had to face some controversy
Or lawsuit
we had
threats
or someone commented. But like you get used to it. Now I feel it's just very far. Like the drama is far away. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, the Lebanese drama was like closer to home, and Lebanon is a small country, so
Yeah,
anytime
it's
you leave the
tiny.
house, we would run into these people that we were beefing with. Like you can't go anywhere.
Like at the mall.
At the mall, bro, at a restaurant, you go out to a bar, you see this guy you were reacting to 2 days ago on TikTok. So it is much easier for us to talk about like Americans because we don't have to run into them all the time.
Yep.
Haley D,
Haley
$5.
D.
Would you consider giving the people what Ethan never gave? 2 words, eel pit. What was the eel pit?
What's an eel pit?
What was the eel pit? Can you remind us what? But don't pay to send us. Like clarify in the regular chat, Haley D. What was the Ethan's eel pit? I can't remember. Alejandro Barragan sends 20 Mexican dollars and says, "Keep up the great work, guys. All the love from Mexico. We love you and we love Mexico, Alejandro. Thank you." The Whimsical Wanderer sent $10. I don't know if is it Australian or Austrian. $10. Off topic. Why are E and H showing their kids online? Ethan and Ela. In my opinion, they're bait so they can keep playing victim. I think it's disgusting. CPS skulls all the negative attention. Keep the kids out of it. Well, they actually used to be pretty good about not showing their kids. For a long time, they would hide their faces on social media. They wouldn't let them on the podcast. They did a good job of hiding them. I don't know what changed in the last few months to make them want to show them. Maybe their kids are a little grown up now. They feel like more comfortable showing them. I'm not sure, but it used to be a thing where they made it a point to never show their kids. So I don't know. Robbie1985 sends 50 SEK and says CPS call is not a crime. If there's child neglect, then it should be investigated. If there's no neglect, then nothing happens. You can't be a victim. Molly Harrington sends $10. Thank you so much, Molly, for the support. And says, I wish there was a way to know everything without having to hear Ethan's voice. I know, believe me. This is as close as we can get you, right? I'm trying to filter H3 through us and me giving you H3 with minimal Ethan Klein. H3 stands for Hassan Harassment Hasbara. That's fucking perfect. That's awesome. Hassan Harassment Hasbara. Joshua Keller sends $5 and says, Denims is based. Since she did a refund here, you guys can have some of what I gave her. Well, thank you, Joshua. We very much appreciate you. And we appreciate everyone in the live chat who's sending over support. We love you. 1,200 of you guys watching live. Let's try to see if this video is finally working now.
Unbelievable. It's criminal. The American justice system is it's how can you defend yourself? Like you guys gave us $150,000 to fight this lawsuit. It's not enough. It's not even enough. And I'm just wondering if we didn't have the backing and support of all you guys and the means to even throw $50,000 of our own money to defend this case, how would we ever stand up to this? It's like those with money in the legal system have the ability to destroy and bully and just defeat people on the grounds of I have more money, and you never would have a chance of defending yourself. It's obscene, unbelievable.
Ironic that Ethan has become the thing he was warning us about all those years ago. He's saying that how people with money and the legal system can ruin people's lives, and there's nothing you could do to defend yourself. That is exactly what Ethan is doing. He's bullying smaller creators, people with no money, and he's threatening them with lawsuits, trying to silence them with lawsuits. He did it to Noah Samson. He did it to Denims. He's doing it to random Redditors. He's doing it to whoever else he's threatening to sue. I've lost the track at this point. But anyways, let me give you guys my opinion on the Denims lawsuit. And it might be controversial or something, but I don't think Denims should have ever sued Ethan. And I actually like the fact that she is refunding and that she's returning the money. First of all, no one should be blamed for I'm not trying to sound like Ethan, because when Ethan talks about like resistance, you know what I mean? Palestinian resistance, he's against armed resistance. People should be the perfect victim. You should just lay down and apologize and hope that your oppressor becomes nice to you. That's never going to happen. Sometimes it's okay for people to fight back against the oppressor. In this case, I'm going to call Denims and smaller creators the oppressed. They're the resistance, and Ethan and Ela are like the IDF, right? It's not wrong for someone to want to fight back against the IDF. But in this case, what I would just say is that it's better for let Ethan do the suing. Let Ethan do the litigation. Let's not get into, because I don't like it when YouTubers sue each other over defamation, because that becomes a slippery slope and that ruins the platform. It makes everyone who's making YouTube videos walk on eggshells. Now, that doesn't mean we should go ahead and defame people left and right like Ethan is doing and claim shit about people that we can't prove or that's untrue, that can materially hurt their reputation or their lives or their financial standing. But I also don't think that YouTubers should get into this game of like suing each other over things that we said. You know what I mean? Even though
I agree.
Ethan said fucked up shit about Denims and she has every right to be upset and she has every right to sue. But I, for example, did not contribute to this GoFundMe because I will be the first one to contribute to Denims GoFundMe if she gets sued. If Ethan sues anyone, I'll be more than happy to help contribute to their defense. But I don't want to contribute to help someone sue Ethan and potentially get them in a very expensive and long situation. And Denims mentioned it in her tweet. She said, Ethan has been in this defamation lawsuit with Ryan Kavanaugh for 4 years. Who knows how long her lawsuit against Ethan is going to take? Lawsuits take a long time. There's appeals. Appeals get thrown out. Then there's like a slap, and then there's an anti-slap, and then they appeal again, and then they do another appeal. This is going to stretch for 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 years. It's going to cost a lot more than $150,000. Does Denims really want to ask like her audience to spend all that money to pay for her lawsuit when they could use that money to help support a charity in Palestine, when they could help raise money for families in Lebanon? And I'm not saying that you should take harassment and people defaming you and not do anything to defend yourself. I think you should be able to defend yourself. But I also think that leave the litigation to Ethan Klein. Leave the litigation to like the Zionists. And don't give Ethan any more ammunition, I would say. We don't need to give him any reason for him to be like, oh, look, they sued me. Now I have every reason to sue these people or to go after this person now. I'm more than happy to contribute to anyone's defense fund. I am more than happy to pay for anyone's right to defend themselves from Ethan Klein, but I don't think we should be the ones like, look, Ethan has tried to get, now look, I doubt I've gotten the level of harassment that Denims has gotten, so I'm not comparing myself to Denims, but I've also been harassed by Ethan and his supporters. Ethan has literally tried to get my YouTube channel reported. They mass reported my channel. They're literally trying to close down my channel and to cause me financial harm. Ethan and Ela were live on screen asking their fans to mass report one of my videos. They've called me a rat. They've called me all sorts of things. I'm called Millhouse on a daily basis. Ever since Ethan started to talk about me on the podcast, I get like daily pager jokes on Twitter. Hey, why don't you check your pager? Why don't you check your pager? I could theoretically, like if it gets to a point, I might maybe want to sue Ethan one day, but I would never want to sue Ethan. First of all, I'm too afraid to get into any legal trouble with Ethan because the dude is rich. He's got way more time and way more money than I have to spend on this lawsuit. So I would not fucking want to mess with that. And second of all, despite everything that Ethan says about me, he's actually helped me a lot. Like, and I'm sure he's helped Denims a lot. I'm sure Denims Twitch is better off today than it was a few months ago because of Ethan. I'm sure she has more viewers today than she did before because of Ethan. I'm sure she has more. She's getting more money out of Twitch because of Ethan. So yes, in a sense, he is sending harassment our way and he's making our lives a little bit more difficult. But he's also boosted our careers in a way. So in a sense, he's repaid me for all of the bad shit that he said about me, for all of the bad shit that he said about Palestine and all that sort of thing. I feel like I've gotten what I wanted out of Ethan without a lawsuit. Like, you know what I mean? So that's just me. And again, just seeing that number, $150,000, like, let's start a fundraiser for fucking families in Gaza. Let's start a fundraiser for Lebanese families that need the money. Let's not get money to attack Ethan. And again, Denims has every right to sue Ethan. I'm not saying that she doesn't. I'm not saying that she doesn't have a case. She was defamed by Ethan Klein. I would still think take the high road in that case and do not sue. Let him be the guy who talks about suing and lawsuits and litigation. And I'm going to sue this person and I'm going to sue this person. And let's not get in the game. Let's not make YouTube a shittier platform. I don't want to be on a platform where people are suing each other left and right for things that they said or things that they might have said and gotten wrong. I think it can get out of hand. So that's what I think. I support Denims. I will support Denims. If whoever gets sued by Ethan Klein, I will be the first to contribute to their GoFundMe, and I will do it on camera. I'll do it on stream, and we'll all do it together, and I'll do a fundraising stream for anyone. But I'm not going to be out here supporting someone who wants to be the litigator. You know what I mean? I'm all in for defense. Let's defend ourselves from litigation, from Ethan. Let's keep our money for defense lawsuits, for some of them that might be coming. But I don't know. Those are my thoughts. I'm sorry if I'm disappointing anyone in the chat. And please, for Denims fans, don't think I'm not in support of Denims. Denims, we're fans. Denim is our Egyptian sister من المصر. اختنا Denims حبيبة قلبنا. نحن معك للآخر إلى الأبد. You know, and again, I think she knows, and the fact that she mentioned that his lawsuit with Ryan Kavanaugh has been going for 4 years, bro. It's gonna cost a lot more than $150,000. It's gonna cost so much more. I don't know if Denims has that kind of money lying around. I don't know if she wants to ask her audience to contribute that money. I think we could do better things with that money. I think we can help people with that money. And yeah, those are my thoughts. Noor, what do you think?
To add to your previous point, Comrade Casey is in chat, and he says my channel has doubled in size since Ethan first spoke my name.
Hell
So,
yeah. Comrade Casey, my channel has doubled. W's in the chat for Comrade Casey. North Star Radio, we love him.
Also, chat is pretty split about your opinion.
I know.
But I have to say, I think I agree with you. I don't have much of an opinion about it. I haven't thought about it much. But I do believe that if Denims were to really think about it before actually suing him, I don't think she actually would.
Dude, and Ethan loves this.
It's actually a bad idea.
I think it's about, and because look, Ethan has the money to deal with this. He has the time. Even if he can actually lose, it's going to take so long for Denims to actually get the result that she wants. And in the meantime, Ethan is going to milk this for content. Ethan milked his lawsuit with Ryan Kavanaugh for years. He would have fucking episodes where he would talk about Ryan Kavanaugh for like 2 fucking hours, 2-3 times a week. He will do the same thing with Denims. He will milk the shit out of this lawsuit. I personally don't see... did you call him Noah Simpson? Comrade Casey's like saying Noah Simpson. I think you might have called him... Or did I call him Noah Simpson?
No one called him.
Someone is asking, is it lagging for anyone else? I don't think it's lagging now. I think we're doing okay. It was lagging at the beginning, Andrea.
Someone sent a super chat and said, isn't Noah Simpson getting sued by Ethan?
Oh, it's Noah Sampson. Yeah, it must be the super chat.
None of us said it.
Let us know if it's still freezing, guys. I think we're doing a little bit better. Let's catch up on some of the super chats. So Yves Gibran sends $2. منورة الشاشة كنور.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eve. Missy Beavers has just joined the Do Not Warriors. Okay, I do think it is. I'm seeing a little bit of lagging. I am seeing lagging. Yes, it is lagging.
Fuck.
Ben عندك the lag?
Yeah.
Marmar sends £5. Says, I get you, but imagine the harassment she got from people thinking she was going after their family when it's untrue. R word threats, D threats. Yeah, no, that is fucked up. I mean, I'm sure. And again, I don't know the entire situation. I don't know the extent of the harassment that Denims has got. I'm just sharing sort of what I think. As someone who has also been harassed by Ethan, Frogan has also been harassed by Ethan. A lot of creators have been harassed nonstop by Ethan. I just wonder if suing him and suing someone who is such a fan of lawsuits and who is so trigger happy when it comes to lawsuits and being sued, and who makes content out of that, I just wonder if that's the best solution. Isn't Noah Simpson getting sued by Ethan? That's Orca. So Orca, it's Noah Sampson. And Ueru sends $10 and says, Ethan is visibly excited about this lawsuit. It's gross. Exactly. Ethan is visibly excited about like a content cop. If someone makes a video that is anti-Ethan, to him, it's 2 weeks worth of content and replying and responding. So he's going to do the same to Denims. He's going to send more harassment Denims way that way. Believe me. It's better for Denims in this case to be a victim. And that's not, please don't equate that Anthony wants Palestinians to be victims. No, I'm all for resisting. I'm all for fighting your oppressor if we want to make that comparison. But Ethan, North Star Radio has just become a member of the Do Not Warriors. North Star Radio. W's in the chat for Comrade Casey. We love you. One of our VIPs. Welcome to the family. So those are my thoughts on the Denims situation. Again, nothing but love to Denims, nothing but love to anyone who's potentially going to be sued by Ethan. And Ethan has stated in the past that he might sue, that he's interested in suing Denims. He's asked for people to get clips of Denims, so a lawsuit might come. And I think Denims would be. I don't know why I would. I'm not making much sense, folks. I don't know why. I would rather protect Denims. Maybe so far Ethan hasn't really sued anyone. He's been talking about these lawsuits and hasn't really sued anyone. So he might not end up suing Denims. maybe she can avoid a whole lawsuit that's going to take fucking years to deal with. ما تفوتي حالك بهيك شغله يا دنم شو بدك بالقصه كلها. A 4 or 5 year lawsuit with Ethan Klein that's going to cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, and she knows that, and she retracted the lawsuit, and I agree with her decision to retract the lawsuit. I agree with her decision.